see? The Internet, or the World Wide Web, is indeed a wonderful and amazing addition in our lives. The Internet can be known as a kind of global meeting place where people from all parts of the world can come together. It is a service available on the computer, through which everything under the sun is now at the fingertips of anyone who has access to the Internet. To get online meaning to connect to the Internet, you need to have, the first one is a computer and the second one is Internet service provider. This is the software that you require to get online. You can now choose from a dial-up service or 24-hour broadband services. This is the service that will help you connect to the Internet and start your surfing experiences. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to our, and a very good morning to our honorable judges, faithful timekeeper, supportive teachers, and my dear friends. I am Arifah Rashid, and today I will enlighten you on a topic which can be considered as a hot topic to be discussed in the society today. Internet, is it good or bad? My dear audience, now allow me to talk about the advantages of the Internet. We all know that the Internet provides opportunities galore and can be used for a variety of things. Some of the things that you can do while the Internet are: number 1, email. With email, you can send and receive instant electronic messages, which looks like writing letters. Your messages are delivered instantly to people anywhere in the world. Unlike traditional mail, it takes a lot of time. Number 2, access information. The Internet is a visual treasure trove of information. Any kind of information on any topic under the sun is available on the Internet. The search engine on the Internet can help you to find data on any subject that you need. Number 3, shopping. Along with getting information on the Internet, you can also shop online. There are many online stores and sites that can be used to look for products as well as buy them using your credit card. You do not need to leave your home and can do all your shopping from the convenience of the home. Number 4, online chat. There are many chat rooms on the web that can be accessed to meet new people, make new friends, as well as to stay in touch with old friends. And the last is downloading software. This is the most happening and fun things to do while on the Internet. You can download games, music, videos, movies, and all the entertainment software from the Internet, most of which are free. Teachers and my dear friends, we realize that in every case there must be good and bad implication. I have enlightened you on the good. Now allow me to talk about the bad of the Internet. There are certain cons and dangers related to the use of the Internet that can be summarized as: number 1, personal information. If you use the Internet, your personal information such as your name, address, and other personal details can easily be accessed by other people. Number 2, pornography. These issues worry every parent in the world. There are thousands of pornographic sites that can be easily found and can be harmful to let the children use the Internet. As children, we should be aware of this threat and don't let it be a virus in our mind which finally will destroy our future. Hence, parents' supervisions are very important to control this problem. Number 3, spam. A lot of good information on the Internet This refers to sending unwanted email in bulk, which serve no purpose and unnecessarily will clog up the entire system. And the last but not least is virusware. Virus is nothing but a program which disrupts the normal functioning of your computer system. They can end up into crashing your whole hard disk, causing you considerable hit. Such illegal activities are frustrating for all internet users, and so instead, for just think wisely and decide smartly. Let us gain as much benefits as we can from the internet and don't let it spoil our life. With that advice, I thank you. May God bless you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.
Oh no! How could it be? I should have known. Honorable judges, respected timekeepers, dear teachers, worthy opponents, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. Do you know what I was doing just now? I was illustrating a feeling of regret and despair. And this is what I'm going to talk about today. An idiom entitled, "Make hay while the sun shines." Have you ever noticed how the colonies of ants work? They toil and strive to gather food before the winter comes. And when winter does come, it will be time for them to enjoy their harvest. They have reaped what they sow. It's the fruit of their labor. Although ants may appear to be small, helpless, and weak, the moral behind the story should not be taken lightly. If we take a look at nature, we can clearly see that there is an order in nature. Everything happens as if to prescribed programs. The night ends, the day breaks, and then again night follows. And so, the time moves and the cycle repeats. Can we have hot sunny days in the cold biting winter? Can we make hay when the sun does not shine? We cannot alter this design of nature to suit our needs. We can only alter our needs and programs to correspond to this unchanging plan of nature. Can we stay young forever? No. Youth comes once in a lifetime. We have to seize every opportunity that comes along before it is too late. As students, we have to pursue every possibility to excel in our studies. Participating in co-curriculum activities, such as taking part in public speaking competition, will help us gain valuable experience to take the next step in life. If we lose a chance, nothing but regrets remain. It is totally useless to cry over spilled milk. When youth passes into old age, it is not possible to complete the task that were left unfinished. So, as time flies, we must make the best out of it because time and tide awaits no man. My dear audience, prudence tells us that we cannot afford to postpone things. Often, self-satisfaction is the root of procrastination. Sadly, we may think that there is still plenty of time left. But remember how fast the year 2010 slipped away. So, we have to make the best out of our time. Beware, procrastination is the thief of time. Young explorers who long to seek adventure should start their dream while young. That includes indulging in other challenging activities, such as ballet dancing, swimming, and skydiving, to name a few. As we age and grow older, our body shape will deteriorate and we get weaker day by day. Students should get involved in sports activities to shape a positive mind and a healthy body. People should go for a nice holiday with their families because opportunities will never come in series or again and again. Enjoy one another's company and spend quality time together. Show appreciation towards our loved ones by spending as much time as we can to cherish precious moments together. Involving in charities and helping the poor and the needy should be done during our youth. This is because youths have bigger hearts and they are more open-minded. By helping the poor and the needy, we can also teach ourselves to be a generous person. This can only make you a happier and far better individual. Parents should also encourage their children to help at home. As the saying goes, charity begins at home. Laziness can also be a culprit. A student who neglects his studies all through the year will never achieve success, even if he burns the midnight oil just a day or two before the examinations. Nobody can win a marathon race just after an all-night practice. Remember, Rome was not built in a day. So, what does make hay while the sun shines mean? It clearly means to act while there is still an opportunity. Take action while the situation is favorable. If you wait, life will probably pass you by. However, if you go out and do the things you want to, take the risk you fear. You might just find that everything slots perfectly into place. With this, I thank you.
I bid a pleasant morning to the honorable judges, teachers, and fellow students. Aha! All of you thought that I had forgotten my speech or that I was so nervous. Your first reaction was that I was a failure. And that brings me to the title of my speech today. Failure is not an offense. Failure in a child should always be seen as part of success. Parents should take a positive look at failure. Parents should help the child face failure so that it will put their child on the road to success. Does a child have to be always perfect in everything she does? Even adults are not successful all the time. If parents start feeling bad about their child's failure, who else will the child look up to? Parents play a very important role in a child's life. Their words and behavior towards a child affects the child greatly. It is very hard on a child when their parents show the disappointment towards a child when a child fails. A child should be made to understand that failure is something that has to happen sooner or later. A child should not be made to think that failure means she is a bad girl or she has been naughty. Here is where parents play an important role. Parents have the power to encourage or discourage the child. Parents should be encouraging so that the child will not feel defeated. When a child fails in something, parents should be more loving and go all out to help the child. For example, if a child has not done well in her examination, parents should say, "Don't worry about your grades. It's enough to have passed this time. You can get better grades next time." This gives confidence and courage to the child. The biggest mistake parents make is to expect success and perfection from the child at all times. With the classroom society, a child is always under pressure and stress. "My child cannot fail. There is something wrong." These are the frequent statements you can hear from parents now. Yes, there is something very wrong. Not with the child, but with the parents. There are many cases where a child tells lies to a parent to save herself. A child should not be made to think that she can save herself by lying. A child should not be made to think that success is being good and failure is being bad. Parents should not compare a child's performance with others. How do you think feel if parent says, Auntie Molly's son Scott Street is for CPSR. Why can't you? Or your cousin Susila has already passed a grade 8 piano. You can even pass your grade 2. Parents should examine and see if they have set suitable goals for their children. Encouragement does not mean by saying, you must win this competition, or you must get number 1, or I will buy you a PlayStation 2 if you win. Encouragement means helping and guiding the child along the way and being there to catch up when she falls. To be successful in life, the child first has to be happy inside and outside. Failure should not make her unhappy, hating herself and the world around her. Instead, they are part and parcel of a journey towards the goals, and there is no way we can avoid that. Even Thomas Alva Edison failed 1,000 times before he discovered the electric bulb. And Albert Einstein was a failure in school, but he eventually became a world-famous scientist. As the saying goes, failure is the stepping stone to success. Sometimes one has to fail in order to be more successful in the future. With that, I thank you.
A very good morning to the honorable judges, teachers, and my friends. This beautiful day, I would like to point out to some benefits we gain from reading books. Reading teaches us to think in logically connected ways. By reading, we are exposing ourselves to new and more complete information. These in many ways can bring lots of benefits to us because books are a great source of idea. Sadly, more and more people today are giving up the printed word in favor of being entertained and informed by the ever larger head and crystal TV, which sits as a throne in the middle of their living space. If you are a non-reader and you think you don't need books, here are 10 great ways to start the new habit before you are left behind. First, reading is an active mental process. Unlike TV, books makes you use your brain. This also makes you become smarter. As the saying goes, reading is to the mind, while exercise is to the body. Secondly, reading is a very important skill builder, my dear friends. Every course in the planet has a book to go with it. Why? Because books help clarify difficult subjects. It gives you more information than just class discussion. Thirdly, reading gives you a glimpse into other cultures and places. What is your favorite vacation spot? Is it Malaysia, Hawaii, or Bali? I bet you read a lot about that destination. By reading more books, it helps expand your horizons by letting you see what other countries or places have to offer before you visit them. Fourthly, reading can benefit us by improving our concentration and focus. Like I pointed out before, books takes brain power. It requires you to focus on what you are reading for long periods. Unlike internet posts or emails which contain small chunks of information, only books tells the whole story. Since you have to read in order to become like a muscle, you will get better concentration. Next, reading builds self-esteem. By reading books, you become better informed and more of an expert on any topics you read about. This expertise translates into higher self-esteem. Since you're so well-read, people will only look to you for answers. Your feelings about yourselves can only get better. My sixth point is about the beauty of reading. You can read anywhere. Books are portable. You can take them anywhere you go. You can read while waiting for your school bus, during your recess, or when you cannot sleep at night. Making time to read is we all know we should do. Next, reading gives you something to talk about. Have you ever run out of stuff to talk about with your family, classmates, or best friend? This can be uncomfortable, but by reading books, you can choose any plot lines from the novels or the storybooks you read and just share them with your loved ones. Other than that, reading can improve our memory. Many studies show that if you don't use your memory, you lose it. Crossword puzzles are an example of word game that starves off your Alzheimer's. Reading, although not a game, helps stretch your memory muscles in a similar way. Reading also requires remembering details, facts, figures in literature, plot lines, characters, as well as themes. My other point of view is that reading can reduce boredom. If I am feeling bored, I would just go and grab a book and read. What I have found by sticking to this is that I become more interested into the book subject and I just want to spend any time I have by reading books. I mean, if you are bored anyway, you could rather go and pick any of your favorite books and read, right? Unfortunately, today, there are many people who are forgetting the importance of reading. Many of them don't take the time to read newspapers, magazines, or books. Sadly, many children are growing up without knowing how exciting and how important books are. Finally, books are an inexpensive entertainment. You can always get a cheap but quality book from any of the bookstores you go to. Or you can make your way to the school library or the public library and pick a book and be entertained for many hours. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love each and every one of us to collaborate together and give books one last chance. Just one last chance. Please accept books as your best friend. If you want great achievement in life, all you have got to do is just read from this day onwards. Believe me, it will open your eyes to a better world. Thank you.
A very good morning to the MC, the honorable judges, head teachers, ladies and gentlemen, and all my fellow friends. Today, I would like to share with you my speech entitled The Benefits of Doing Homework. What does the word homework mean? According to the Oxford Dictionary, it means any work given by teachers for students to do at home. For example, solving mathematical problems, writing essays, taking notes, and so on. These activities indeed are of an extension to schoolwork. Ladies and gentlemen, before I deliver my speech further, I'd like to ask the floor a question. As students, do you like doing homework? Well, I believe most of the students will reply that they hate doing homework. They may give common excuses such as they've forgotten or they do not have enough time to do their homework, for they are too busy with other activities like attending tuition, doing housework, and others. Instead of gaining the benefits of doing homework, it has become a burden to some students. However, to me, I think if students know how to manage their time well, homework will not be such a pain to students like us. Dear friends, honestly speaking, I actually hated homework when I was in year 2. Simply for the reasons I didn't have time to watch television or play with my friends. But as I'm growing up, I gradually understand doing homework through the guidance of my parents and teachers. I have changed such mentality from hating homework to appreciating homework now. I realize that by doing homework, it helps me reinforce my understanding of the subject taught in class and improve my memory through critical thinking. I am able to score better in tests and enhance my academic achievement now. Without any doubt, the main objective of doing homework is to strengthen the knowledge of the students on a subject. It helps students to retain information and understand the school material better. The more homework we do, the more skill we become at it. As the saying goes, practice makes perfect. Besides, doing homework helps us, students, to develop time management and set our priorities right. We have to learn to allot our time to study and play, and this encourages self-discipline in us. It teaches schedule planning too. To ease up our struggling in completing homework on time, we can actually keep a record of deadlines of homework that need to be done in a notebook. By doing this, we'll learn how to plan, stay organized, set our priorities, and manage our time well. In summary, it also helps in developing our personal skills in a long run. Moreover, parents can reap the benefits from homework too. It helps them learn about and become involved in their children's education. It creates a strong bond between parents and children. For those students whose parents are busy with other careers and do not have time to guide them on homework, they can actually learn and discuss from other students. As the saying goes, two heads are better than one. Homework actually promotes good study habits as well as the communication and problem-solving skills of students. In conclusion, homework benefits us in many ways. So, we should not treat homework as a burden. We should value it as an essential part in our lifelong learning process, for it helps us to excel our achievement in school and later in life. Thank you.
A very good morning to the honorable judges, precise timekeeper, teachers, and all my fellow friends. Today, I would like to present to you my speech about youth. Youth is the springtime of life, while old age is the autumn. It is believed that youth lacks wisdom, tends to be rash, daring, and thoughtless in its conduct, while age brings with its prudence and sobriety. Youth is suited by the principle, fear not, inquire, and reason, whereas restraint, caution, and compromise are the principles of the old age. Young men and women are always full of enthusiasm, for tasting life is so overpowering the young that the hazards of such are never heeded. The old have acquired wisdom and experiences of life. Therefore, they live retired from the adventures of life. Youth is normally gifted with a certain measure of self-confidence and independent thinking. He refuses, therefore, to accept things. His reason
His analytical and intellectual keenness prevent him from submitting blindly to any course set before him. He does not submit to any authority and refuses to be dominated. It is, however, not difficult for him to achieve the impossible. He believes that life yields its secrets to those who seek them in the open seas of danger and refuses to stagnate in the shallows of safety. Every youth with this spark has certain originality and self-consciousness, and he would not normally toe the line and become the follower of others. He sets his own course of life and follows it with all the devotion and dedication. Gray-haired people only shake their heads in fierce disapproval of the ways of the youth. There is a counsel of prudence and caution. The advice of the old often falls flat upon the ears of the young. They are positive with life and cannot build their life by shaping themselves according to the pattern laid down by the elders. It is also wrong always to condemn and criticize them, for we must remember that the world devoid of youthful spirit would be bereft of heroism, chivalry, and self-sacrifice, which is the identification of the youth. To say that young men are always unwise and thoughtless is the whole truth. They have wisdom and their own point of view. What is wise for an old man may really appear foolish to the young man, and vice versa. Moreover, what an old man denounces in old age was probably what he did when he was young. For it must be remembered that there are certain things that can only be done when one is young, and all those who have grown old have done them in their time. Youth is a rosy period of life full of hopes and ambitions. He sows his wild oats and suffers from many illusions and delusions. For him, life cannot be lived in a glass case of old age. However, youths of character, intelligence, self-sacrificing, and obedient can shape the destiny of the nation. The youth of the nation is the trustee of posterity. On the young will depend the hopes of the future. Their idealism, their integrity, their character form priceless assets of the country. There is a feeling of eternity in youth which makes amends for everything. To be young is to be one of the immortals, said William Hazlitt. The future is in the bands. Tell me, said Burke, what are the prevailing sentiments that occupy the minds of young men? And I will tell you what is to be the character of the next generation. Thus, we know that the young are growing and will gain upper hand